We begin this morning with the unfolding political face-off in Rivers State yesterday. The nation was jolted early on Monday with reports of a failed plan to impeach the governor, Siminalayi Fubara. In the ensuing development in Rivers State, the governor sacked his chief of staff and chief security officer, as well as the chief judge of the state, while promising to defend his office. Arise correspondent Andy Omano reports that some elders in the state have been meeting with Governor Fubara and reaching out to former Governor Nyesom Wike to resolve the issue over Wike's alleged involvement in the crisis.
Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, while addressing some youths who paid him a solidarity visit at the main gate into Government House in Port Harcourt following the political development on Monday morning, says he is unperturbed on the political crisis in the state as the people of Rivers State are fully with him, having elected him freely. The governor had, during the inspection of the burnt State House of Assembly complex set on fire by unknown arsonists, allegedly come under attack.
We have gone to the assembly to see for ourselves what has happened. On my way there, I was shot at directly by the OC operation, or DC or whatever they call him. Directly, it's not. But it doesn't matter. Somebody will die, one way or the other. Either you die inside your house, or you die on the road by something. But, so my journey today is, whatever it is that wants to happen, let it happen. If Siminalayi Fubara is impeached, I am not the first, neither will I be the last. Hold on. I'm saying if it happens. But what is important is any attempt that is not justified will be resisted. Let them come out. Let them come out and tell Rivers people, that offense that is what I want. Come out and tell the people of Rivers State that offense that Fubara committed that is warranting impeachment. So, but my happiness this morning is the people of Rivers State, represented by every one of you here, is with us. I can go home and sleep. Let me assure you people that we will continue to defend you people. We will protect you people. And you will enjoy the dividend of democracy.
The now suspended Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martins Amehule, had earlier announced the suspension of Majority Leader Edison Ehe Monday morning.
Those that voted in favor of the removal of Edison Ehe as the Majority Leader of this House, 23, abstention nil, against nil. By that result, Edison Ehe is now removed as the Majority Leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly in line with our standing orders.
But Ehe addressed the media on the political crisis after a meeting at the Government House with lawmakers in his faction.
And I will ensure that the rule of law takes its course. I will not betray my colleagues. I will not betray Rivers people. I will not betray my constituents. I will also ensure the independence of the Rivers House Assembly is adhered to with mutual respect to the judiciary and the executive arm of government. Everything due my colleagues as honorable members constitutionally will be given to them.
Already some elder statesmen in Rivers State have been meeting with Governor Fubara at Government House to proffer solutions to the political crisis between him and former Governor Nyesom Wike, who is now the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. The meeting, which was still on as at the time of filing this report, led to the suspension of a proposed briefing where the governor was billed to address the media. Some elder statesmen attending the meeting are Chief Ferdinand Alabraba, Chairman, PDP Rivers State Elders Forum; His Royal Majesty Sergeant Ause, Chairman, Rivers State Council of Traditional Rulers; Felix Obwa, former Chairman, PDP Rivers State Chapter and Director General, Siminalayi Fubara Governorship Campaign Council; OCJ Okocha, former President, Nigeria Bar Association and Elder Statesman, PDP Rivers State; Anabs Sarah Igbe, former spokesman, PANDEF. A cross-section of Rivers residents have asked all those involved in the political crisis, especially former Governor Wike, to shield their sword.
We are aware of the political drama in the state. We got some information about impeachment or purported impeachment against the leader of the House and the executive governor of Rivers State. We as Rivers people and as an NGO that stood for the governor and for the election to ensure the mandate of the Rivers people counts, we are totally against that. We are totally against that. We condemn such plan.
If the story to impeach the governor is anything to go by, there's no nexus. There's no relationship between it is human beings that impeach. It's not the building. So when you go and destroy your state facility, your state infrastructure, how else do you want the good governance to continue? Particularly that you're destroying an arm of governance.
The governor said magic marched down to the place, and when they there, it was unfortunate the only speaker that sneaked into the place to his office. Speaker. How can a speaker of Rivers State Assembly sneak to his office and make a pronouncement? Only him. I dare him to show a video where they sat down in the shallow chamber of the assembly and impeached the leader of the house.
Meanwhile, Governor Fubara has relieved his chief of staff as well as chief security officer of their appointments. Also sacked is the chief judge of the state, Simeon Amadi. From Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, Andy Omano, Arise News.
For updates on the Rivers State leadership crisis, we are now joined by Arise correspondent in the state, Andy Omano. Good morning, Andy, and welcome to the morning show. Thanks for joining us.
Very good morning to you, Ayo. Great to be here.
All right, Andy, thanks for that report you filed with regards to the updates on what's going on, just giving us a summary of events from 9 p.m. when the arson happened at the State House of Assembly complex. And now we have reports of some changes in the House and elders wading in River State. What is the update now that, as you're standing at this time, 8:17 a.m. in River State? It looks like things appear calm behind you, but what's the state of things currently in River State?
Yes, you got that very correctly, Ayo. The situation is quite on the calm side this morning, because as at yesterday morning, I could say categorically that Rivers State was upside down politically, but there seems to be some measure of orderliness as we speak politically. Right now, the elders waded in, like you mentioned yesterday, and they are still trying to calm frayed nerves. We got information this morning that the elders are leaving Port Harcourt City for Abuja this morning in order to meet with the immediate past governor and current Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, with a way to getting his own side of the story and bringing the two contending factions into what needed to be done. Because everybody in Rivers State is calling for peace. Everybody in Rivers State is saying never again. We have just had what could be referred to as bloodbath before, during, and the general election. And so we will not want any bloodshed again. And so whoever is aggrieved, whoever wants to push his political tentacles beyond limit must come back and listen to the Rivers. So as we speak, Rivers State, Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, is calmer. We drove through the House of Assembly complex that was touched Sunday night stroke Monday morning. Everywhere is calm. We drove to Government House this morning. everywhere is calm. But of course, I must tell you that a lot of negotiation is going on, and the two contending factions, as it were, that of the incumbent governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, and also the immediate past governor of the state, Nyesom Wike, are on the verge of trying to see what could be done in this situation. But the general feeling from here, I must tell you straight away, Ayo, is that the Rivers people are calling for peace. They are asking also that the man who is on the saddle right now as governor should be allowed to do his job because they voted for him in the last general election. Back to you, Ayo.
All right, thank you.
Right, real quickly, please, I just want to get the facts of what is happening on ground. There are many stories making the rounds, and good morning to you, sir. Thank you for your work. Number one, can you confirm this? Can you confirm the sack of the local government chairmen across the state? Can you confirm that 23 of them have been sacked? There's that story making the round. Can you also confirm about the CJN, because the Judicial Council should have a hand in it. So when we hear that the governor has sacked the CJN, a lot of people are taken aback as regards that. Also, can you also confirm that the reversal done yesterday as regards the new speaker that was put in there, can you also confirm the stories about that also being reversed? Can you also confirm, was the governor shot at, or it was tear gas canisters that was shot at the governor while he was coming?
Okay, thank you so much, Rufai. Yes, I start from the very rare, that is the last question, the confirmation. The question of, was the governor shot at? Yes, there were tear gas canisters while making his way into the assembly complex. Then there were gunshots. But whether that particular gunshot was was aimed at the Governor Fubara, that is what I would not be able to confirm. But there were gunshots while he was trying to make his way with his entourage into the burnt section of the assembly complex as at yesterday morning. We were on ground. It's just that the security operatives that did not allow anybody to bring out a phone, let alone a camera. That I could confirm. Then for the chief judge of the state, as at yesterday, there were so many rumors bandied around. Like you rightly said, I don't think it is in the position of the governor to do that. But of course, when things are upside down like this politically, there is going to be a lot of pronouncements that will come. Even as I speak with you now, what is still making the rounds here is that the state chief judge, that is the person of Simeon Amadi, has been relieved of his position. But another question you ask is it in the place of the incumbent governor to relieve the chief judge of the state of his position? That is another question that needed to be answered. 3, Edison Ehe, the former leader, yesterday had convened his own plenary somewhere inside the government house, and it was after that plenary that he came out to declare that Martins Ameule, who is the speaker who had suspended him and some of his co-travelers in his own faction of this crisis, have been relieved of his appointment. That also is still hanging in the air, and so I must tell you, Rufai, that all these things are still hanging. Whether they are going to be reversed or they are going to stand the test of time, the next 1, 2, 3 weeks, nobody knows which side the political pendulum will swing. But that is the position right now. While the former speaker, I should refer to, alleged former speaker side is claiming this man, that is Edison Ehe, is no longer the majority leader of the House. Edison Ehe, faction of the crisis, is also claiming that he is now the authentic speaker of the House, and Bright Ameule has been relieved of his appointment. Back to you, Rufa.
Local government chairman, are the 23 of them gone? Because we also heard that. Local government chairman.
Yes, that story is also still there. But as at this late last night, and this morning, where we put a call through to about 2 of them, they said nothing like that has happened. This morning, we called one of them. I may not be able to mention his name now as we speak. He told me, Andy Omano of Arise, I am in my office as we speak. So, where is the sack? That until they are taken through the process, just like the governor is asking for that. If you want me, if you are saying I should be impeached, what offense have I committed? It was the same thing, that if that faction is saying this is what should be done, they cannot be unilaterally asked to vacate their office. But of course, you know, between you and I, you know that the governor had the right to sack, to fire, because in Nigeria politics since 1999 to today, not just the Rivers State government, every other governor in this state, in this country, does whatever he wants to do with the local government, which is an aberration. But I think that is also still hanging in the air. Probably as the day progresses today, we'll get another development as to what is trending or what is happening concerning these 23 local government chairmen.
Well, for purposes of clarity, Andy, yesterday we first heard that 24 members of the House of Assembly had impeached the majority leader. But then later, the majority leader said, he had been appointed speaker by 26 lawmakers. Do we have up to 40 lawmakers in the Rivers State House of Assembly, where you have, 23 local governments? So let's have a sense of what this is all about. Could it possibly be that some persons were hired on both sides? What actually is the situation on the ground?
Thank you so much, Dr. Abati. Yes, do we have, how many legislators do we have in the Rivers State House of Assembly? There are 32 in all. And if different factions are claiming, 24 sat and the majority leader has been impeached in the person of Edison Ehe, and another 26 sitting and claiming that the Speaker of the House, Martins Ameule, has also been impeached. Your question is very apt, because if one faction is claiming 24 and the other is claiming 26, what that tells me is that number, I'm not a mathematician, but is more than the 32 that are supposed to be legislators in Rivers State House of Assembly as we speak. In Nigeria politics, politicians, so many of them, can claim what does not exist. And so, what do I mean by that? In either side, I don't want to believe that dummy that 26 sat or 24 sat and sacked their principal. The number was not up to that. But of course, there's been claim and counterclaims since yesterday. But if you use your teeth to count, your tongue to count your teeth, you'll discover that for that particular number that sat to sack any of these principal officers, the dramatist personnel, or rather political dramatist personnel, are just playing political games. It's not up to that number, whether 24 or 26 on either side.
But has anybody heard any from former Governor Wike, whom you refer to in your opening narrative? Has he said anything? Because you just said people are going to Abuja to go and meet with him. And I guess does that clearly confirm that he's the one behind the crisis?
Well, no word have been heard from the immediate past governor, Dr. Abathi. But of course, political hangers-on and those who we want to play their political paymaster would want to peddle all sorts of rumor, especially when you have political situations like this at hand. But the man who most of these are being adduced to, we've not heard from him. Probably by the end of today, we should be able to hear, because as we speak now, we got information that the elder statesmen from Rivers State are already at the Omagwa airport, preparatory to taking off to Abuja to meet with the Federal Capital Territory Minister.
Well, thank you very much, Andy. Just in terms of updates, hopefully in the course of today, we'll still connect with you to get questions with regards to what's happening in Rivers State. However, I just want you to assure us that, because we saw the young people, the National Youth Council on the street, some of them dancing, some of them saying that they were not going to allow democracy to be impugned on in Rivers State, and it seemed like they were protesting that things have returned to normal. Have people gone about their daily activities, children going to school, shops open, workers going to work? What's the state of security there?
The state of security here is a little bit better compared to yesterday. Yesterday there was uneasy calm in Port Harcourt metropolis, let alone the axis where you have the House of Assembly complex that also quartered the government house. But as at this morning, people are going about their normal businesses. But of course, not many people will want to stick out their neck today, because as at yesterday, we got information that the Ijaw Youth Congress, that is the IYC, Nigeria Youth Movement, are mobilizing to come. Yes, you mentioned that. Very, very important. They had said that they were not going to allow anybody under any guise to impeach this governor. Because if that is going to happen, they must be told what the governor has done. That the era of political brigandage in Rivers politics is gone. That the governor has been elected, he should be allowed to do his job. That is service to the Rivers people. Essentially, the Ijaw ethnic nationality and Ijaw Youth Council specifically have stated it in very unmistakable terms that they would not allow anybody to intimidate, let alone go ahead to impeach this governor who is of the ethnic stock. Ayo.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Andy.
Well, we'll take a short break now. Thank you, Andy.